Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Monday, 13th of October. In this update, beef and lambs declaring methane target cuts, great news for New Zealand. The government's reducing targets to 14 to 24% below 2017 levels. That's between 24 to 47% lower than previous targets. Beef and Lamb Chair Kate Ackland told Ryan Bridge the government's right to say a number of farmers would have been put out of business without this change.
About 20% of our sheep and beef farms, and I think about 6 or 7% of our dairy farms would need to shut down. So on the impact of warming, it's agriculture doing its piece.
Those reduced targets are sure to be a hot topic of conversation amongst global climate leaders gathering in Christchurch. The city's hosting the International Adaptation Futures Conference from today, believed to be the largest UN event ever held in New Zealand. New Zealanders have voted against steep rates rises in the local elections. Auckland's Wayne Brown and Christchurch's Phil Major have both been re-elected over the weekend with a commitment to keep rates rises lower. Wellington's Andrew Little and Hamilton's Tim McIndoe have indicated they'll rein in their city's steep rates rises. Election reporter Michael Sergel says it's a similar story across much of the country. He says there was clear support for the centre-right wave elected in 2022, but mayors who oversaw particularly big rates rises have either stood aside or been unseated. Latest results from overnight show Sophie Barker is now Mayor-elect in Dunedin. Unseated Mayor Jules Raddick says Barker will need to communicate with the public more than he has.
I just tended to get on with the job and didn't, pay enough attention to people in general.
Israel expects all 20 living hostages to be released together by Hamas later today. An Israeli government spokesperson says the bodies of the deceased hostages will be placed in coffins and brought to a forensic institution for identification. In exchange, Israel will free 250 Palestinian prisoners and 1,700 detainees from Gaza, which includes nearly 24 children. Some food prices that have shot up in the last few years are starting to ease. Figures from Infometrics and Foodstuffs reveal supplier costs to supermarkets rose 2.3% in the year to September. This matches August's result, following a stretch of monthly increases. Butter prices have eased slightly as dairy production becomes stronger. More action from unionised secondary school teachers this week. From tomorrow, teachers will only teach certain year levels on certain days this week and will carry out a full-day national strike on October 23rd. A 2-hour strike will also happen on November 5th. Public Service Commissioner Sir Brian Roach says he questions whether the PPTA is committed to reaching a deal at all. And in sport, Matt Payne has been the beneficiary of a late crash to win the Bathurst 1000 at Mount Panorama. Australia chased 331 to beat India by 3 wickets with an over to spare in their Women's Cricket World Cup pool match. Golfer Daniel Hillier has finished at 7 under par overall in a share of 23rd at the Spanish Open on the European Tour. The NPC rugby semi-finals have been decided. Canterbury will play Hawke's Bay on Saturday and Otago will host Bay of Plenty on Friday. I'm Neva Manu. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.